Hello, this is Andreas from Nordic Tarot, and I've got 3 readings for you for the first 2 weeks of September. And please remember that even the 2 more specific readings, the love and the work reading, they are still general. So if they do not resonate, I'm sorry, but hopefully at least one of the 3 will. And you'll find more information about how to contact me and on the decks I'm using in the description. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy your readings. Hello Cancer, Sun, Moon and Rising. Since these are my first videos, I'm just going to quickly explain how I read my spread and then we get straight into the reading. So I pulled 3 cards for 3 different areas of your life. The top one's general, middle is love and bottom is work. I also pulled 1 oracle card that will be kind of the overarching guidance for what the readings are going to be. So the oracle card I pulled for you is number 18, Serendipity. The essential meanings are opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicities, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. And the oracle's message for your general reading is, you've stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you so very much. It's like, it's a very nice message, quite heavy, almost feels like a lot of responsibility in a way. But the first card you have is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is Cancer energy, it's water. And even if you're a man or if you have a lot of male energy, you can still show up at the Queen of Cups, especially in a general reading when the cards are trying to speak to a lot of different people. But the Queen of Cups, she's very loving and nurturing, and she has a lot of affection. And maybe that's what you're kind of being able to share. And I'm not saying to overshare. Of course, you only share the surplus. As long as you can love yourself and be affectionate to yourself, then everything that's left over you can share with the world. The Queen of Cups is also, of course, incredibly intuitive. She's the most intuitive queen there is in the deck. And I feel with your next card, the 6 of Swords, this is maybe involving a journey. The 6 of Swords is an emotional journey. It can also mean a literal journey of traveling somewhere or moving. There's also a low level of grief associated with this card, but it's moving away from grief. So maybe this is about your journey as the Queen of Cups, or just your journey through life. Maybe you're traveling to meet someone, the King of Swords, for example. And the King of Swords is he can come off as very detached and cold and like he doesn't like anyone. He's very different from the Queen of Cups, but he's also a fantastic advisor. So maybe this is someone who will be giving you advice or help you along the way in some way. And the Oracle's message did say your services to the world is being supported at this time. And I do believe that the Serendipity is talking about that the universe or spirit or God or whatever you want to call it is helping you, but maybe the King of Swords is also someone who's helping. I just think it's important to keep in mind. And who knows, maybe the Queen of Cups is who you feel like you are now, and then you go on the 6 of Swords journey and turning into a King of Swords. And even if you are a woman and you identify with the Queen of Cups, doesn't mean you don't show up as the King of Swords later. That doesn't mean doesn't affect your energy in any way. It's just what the cards that show up. But I kind of feel like it's more of the advisor role for the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is an air energy. It's very different from water energy. So the King of Swords can be a Gemini, a Libra, or an Aquarius, or just someone exhibiting those energies, for example. But for your love reading, you have the relationship message. Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You've met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey. Someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. So you have the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Swords, and Judgment. And when I first looked at these, I was not entirely sure what to make of them, but the 7 of Cups is a card of illusion, dreaming, fantasies. It's building castles in the sky. It's not necessarily knowing what's real. Like, there's a lot of aspect, but most of them are quite ethereal. And the Seven of Swords energy is someone who's stuck in their own thoughts, someone who does not know how to move because they might be cut by the swords, because as you see in the card, the woman's blindfolded. They just don't know how she just doesn't know how she can turn without being cut by the swords. So this is a feeling of being stuck, but it's stuck in your own head. And with the Seven of Cups, I understand like what is real, which like maybe you don't know which people are genuine, or maybe you don't know if that's like this or that's a good idea. Like things just seem quite confusing. That's what I say. Seven of Cups and Eight of Swords together seems like there's a lot of confusion. But then you have Judgment, which is a card of rebirth. It's taking a look at what brought you here. What are your experiences? What are the people you interacted with? What happened? And how did you act to end up where you are now? And then accepting, like acknowledging and accepting and understanding that, drawing a line under it, and then turning around to the future to take like a bold new step into what may come. But I almost feel like Judgment is there to take you out of the Seven of Cups, Eight of Swords energy. And then as the Serendipity card is telling you, you have met or about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone spirit wants to bring into your life. And if there's so much confusion and inability to see things, then I feel the Judgment card is there to kind of get that out of the way so that you can see this new person if you haven't met them already. Or if it is someone you've met, that perhaps you see them in a different light. Now for your work reading, the prosperity message is, you are in the right place at the right time. Be grateful, for the stars have aligned in your favor, and fortune is smiling on you. Victory and success are yours. The choices you have made in the past have prepared you for the opportunities now before you. This is your lucky moment. The timing is perfect. So I think that prosperity message coincides very well with the cards you've got. For the most part, anyway. So what does the prosperity message say? Be grateful, for the stars have aligned in your favor, and fortune is smiling on you. Well, in the middle of this, you have the star. It's healing, it's wishing, it's hopefulness. The stars have aligned, Cancer, my friend. And then it says, the choices you have made in the past have prepared you for the opportunities now before you. The Three of Wands, that's someone waiting for their ships to return. But what's important is that they know what to expect from the ships. They know what the ships are about because they sent them out. They sent out these messages or whatever it is. And they know what to expect for when they come back, so that they can move on from there and make a decision based on the results or based on the payoff. But then I feel like there is a slight warning to this message with the moon. And yeah, the moon can be illusions and confusion and all these things, but I think the moon is saying that, wait, like, it's almost looking at the Three of Wands to me, saying just wait for all the ships to be in. Don't celebrate anything too soon. Make sure you have all the parts and all the information, and then you can make a choice. Or then you can move forward. So I think it's great. Three of Wands, the star, great. But the moon, yeah, the moon is not the most incredible card to get. It like you don't want confusion most of the time. But I think it's definitely coming up as a warning, or just, hey, be aware of this. This might be something that could be a problem if you are not careful. So the moon is also of great service to you. But I think overall, the Three of Wands, the star, and the moon are three very good and clear cards to get with the serendipity message. So those were your readings for the first 2 weeks of September. And like I said in the reading, these are my first videos. I know they're not perfect, and I would love some feedback. If you have any opinions on how I did, or if there's anything that I could do better, I'd love to hear it. Thank you very much for watching this video.